Good morning everyone. So as promised, I'm doing a little video to show you how good I am. Last time I probably checked in, I had said that I was going to be going into the hospice at Strathcarron because we wanted to manage the symptoms. I was getting a lot of withdrawals and going downhill rapidly again because of the steroid titration. So that was the fourth time we've tried that. I don't know if you remember back in September, I almost died because of it. I went into adrenal failure, and at that point I was on about 10 milligrams of prednisolone, which is a steroid, and my GP came out and put me back up to the 40, and that was when I had posted, oh my, this is like a miracle, I was able to move and things and do things for myself. So since then we've tried to titrate another twice, and that last time we tried to do it a little bit slower and got down to about 25 milligrams, and I was really poorly. I was just deteriorating every week, and it was a really big decision for me to say yes, I'll go into Strathcarron Hospice, because of course we want to stay at home, but sometimes you just need that medical intervention, and when you're poorly, it's good to have somebody else take that responsibility, doing your SATs and taking care of you as well. But then we've got the corona that's hit. So although I've been self-isolating since October, which was a wise decision that I made because of the flu season, I've got lots of top tips and things to share. So I wanted to share with you how our mornings went with you as well. But since the corona hit, there was things that had happened that led me not to go into Strathcarron. So two things actually. Because I'm on these machines here, so I have two of these oxygen compressors. Now these make oxygen, these are plugged in, very, very clever machines. We're so lucky to have the science and wonderful engineers that have engineered these machines for people like me to be able to breathe. But unfortunately, one's not enough for me. They go up to a level of 9, and 9 is 9 litres of oxygen per minute. And as you can see, they're hooked up here to 2, it's like a V, so they hook up twice here. So at the moment I've been able to drop down to 12 litres a minute, and that's just because I'm moving and things like that. So I have these two machines that I use in the house. I've also got lots of other equipment as well, but because I have a constant flow of oxygen, actually I wanted to show you how much, I don't know if I can demonstrate here, but just the blast, I'm going to run out of breath now, but you can see how violently that oxygen comes out. So this comes out of the little nasal cannula quite rapidly, and it can be very sore on your nose, and my nose is a bit of a mess inside, so I make up these creams. As you know, I do aromatherapy and things, so I make up all these natural creams to keep them healed. I can also hook on to this mask here as well, and we also have a humidifier, which, because it's such a high level of oxygen, it can be really dry. It can cause a lot of mouth sores and things as well, along with the medications that I'm on. The humidifier stops it being as dry. So because I'm on this, if I was to contract coronavirus, it would mean that what are you laughing at, Dan? Is it He's laughing behind the camera. I'll introduce the unicorn later. If I was to contract the coronavirus and I'm on this nasal cannula, the hospice wouldn't have the facilities to safeguard themselves from infection. So when I was all packed and ready to go into Strathcarron, I'd sort of come to terms with it that Monday. When was it? It was a week ago on the Monday when it was all kicking off with the corona, and everybody was getting government updates. The view was from the consultants and that there that it wouldn't be safe for me and would I go into the hospital. So I thought, oh no, I'm not going to the hospital. But I definitely needed the medical intervention, so called up my GP because they'd been in contact the whole week before I was getting poorly, and I'd made the decision between us all actually, because remember what I have is very rare. In fact, there's nobody got this combination of different interstitial lung diseases that I have. So it's a trial and error with things, and one of the things that I had emailed my consultant before December was that as we were coming down on the steroids, could we maybe experiment and go up, because I've never been on a really high dose of them before. So because of this relapse this time, we decided that we would go up to a higher dose. So that's what we did. We did that a week ago on Monday, and since then it's been very much like way back in September, that sort of miracle that I had experienced, like night and day. So I'm doing really well. So that's also one of the reasons that Strathcarron then called the next day to say, look, we'll put you back on the bed list. The government's now said we can have you in. And I says, no, it's fine, I'm doing all right. It might be early days, but I'm going to stay at home, keep safe. And also just in time as well, to now be able to do this wee video for you, to maybe give you some hope and show you what I've been doing over the past 5.5 months to keep myself busy and sane. And as you know, I'm a Buddhist anyway. It's not the easiest religion. It's a work in progress, but it does teach you to try and look at the positives in things. So our daily routine this morning is always sort of medications and lots of things. We've still actually got to do, where's the nebulizer? We've got this to do, it's down here. So I've still got this nebulizer to do, which is a solution that, I don't really have a cough, but it helps to get things out so nothing's going to stick in my chest, because I'm at risk of infection all the time, even within the house. So I've still got that to do this morning. The mornings are awfully busy between medications and nebulizers, nasal rinses and things like that. But one of the first things we do is we don't switch your phones on in the morning, because then you can get sucked in, and we don't switch the telly on either. So that's a really good top tip because that can make you feel really down and depressed. So this morning I was up before Danny and I was feeling pretty good, so I read my book till he woke up, and then we did a little bit of meditation. We did a guided meditation. It was one of Dr. David Hamilton's ones from the audio book that I've got. I think it's a Heal Yourself, and it was about how to increase your immune cells. So it was about 20 minutes. It was lovely. Danny put on, he's got one of these alarm clocks that have the light, you know, the little lights when you develop SAD, and it can go on different colours. So he had that in a nice blue light. And blue is actually the colour of the throat chakra, so it helps with communication. So we did that. What else did we do this morning, Dan? We decided we would get dressed because we'll do a video. Let's get dressed and try and look a bit alright. Stuck a washing on, done the usual things, come downstairs and had our wee coffee. We also tried to phone for a local delivery for the local butchers, but we weren't able to get a delivery for that. So that's all right. We'll try again later because we've got plenty. And if you have got food in the house, use what you've got. Don't go out and buy things, don't put yourself at risk or anything like that. So I'm going to take you through and show you some of the other equipment that I've got. Do you want me to introduce the... This is what Danny got me for Valentine's. So I got a lot of muscular pain around my ribs because my muscles in my ribs and my diaphragm under here and my neck muscles, they're all trying, this is quite heavy for me to lift, they're all trying to work harder to help me breathe. So I love unicorns and this can just go all the way, it's a hot water ball all the way around there. So my big long tube allows me to walk, so we'll just come through and I'll show you some of the equipment that we've got here. So these little bags, these are called high flow strollers. So I have two of these, and I'm not going to try and lift them because they are heavy. I find that if I, can you lift that, Dan, to show how it works? Just pull the bottom out of it. There we go. So it's like a little canister. You take it. And it's on a little backpack as well. Like I say, if I put that on, it just sends my muscles into spasm. It's very heavy. So this is like a Ghostbusters machine. And at the bottom, this is where we fill it up with liquid oxygen. So if I want to go out, then I can use this instead of the little portable canisters. So I'll show you what we keep at the front door here. I always just hook everything on here so we didn't get tangled up. Okay, so this is where we have this big liquid oxygen canister and it lasts about 2 to 3 weeks. And it's easy enough. It's like filling a lighter or the old soda streams. You just hook that onto there, you press down and it'll fill up. And it sounds a bit like a kettle. Like that. So it probably takes a good couple of minutes to fill up. I'll leave that there, Danny will fill that up later. Okay, we have some lots and lots of backup here. So we have these little ones now. Because of the high level of oxygen I'm on, they would last me about an hour. But these little high flow strollers last a good few hours. And I have 2 of these. I have got 4 of these big bad boys. It hooks up. Just going to sit down now. And we have these for 2 reasons. If the compressors that we have fail, like if we have a what am I trying to say, Dan? Electricity cut, then I can hook up to the big bad boy. There's another one there. I keep them all over the place as well for safety. Then I can hook up there, and they'll probably last me a good 6 or 7 hours too. So that was the stair lift. So oh gosh, stair lift was amazing. I'm not going to take you upstairs, but we got that installed ourselves, and now the council's took over the payments for that. But it was like a miracle having that. I know, like, very early on, if you've been following me, how difficult it was for me to get up the stairs, and our toilet's down the stairs anyway. So what we're going to do now is a sort of little mini tour. We always start our day. We created this little bowl here with lots of things inside it. So I've put some things in here, Danny's put some things in here, but we've made sure that it's 80%
DIY.
fun. No, it's not 80% DIY, Dan. You've only done one DIY job this week. In fact, two. But how many fun jobs have we done? Loads. So 80% fun jobs, activities, and 20% things that, you know, we should really be getting round to as well. So I'm going to pick one. What have we got today? So this is what we're going to base today on. Oh, play Mario Kart. Yay. Right, Dan, I'm going to film you. What have you got?
Bacon.
Baking! Well, you wanted to bake a chocolate cake. You've no chocolate left.
Good.
There you go then. So that's our day. Oh. Okay guys, so I hope you have a fun day. Pick some nice activities. Don't put that telly on in the news, it's going to be the same old shite. So it's a beautiful day, and just think of the positives. There's so many positives and so many things to be grateful for, and just have a fulfilling day, whatever it is. If you're feeling low, try some meditation. Go onto YouTube, do a little bit of guided meditation or something like that. So I'll try and check in with you and maybe give you another wee tour upstairs later.